Now, let me ask you something. Could a pair of pants you've been wearing for years actually be adding 10 years to your look without you realizing it? It sounds shocking, right? Most of us reach for pants because they're comfortable or familiar. But here's the truth: after 60, the cut, the fabric, even the print of your pants can either lift you up or quietly drag you down. Think about it. Maybe you've pulled on that same pair of trousers for errands or family dinners because they feel easy. But then you catch yourself in a photo, and suddenly you notice your legs look shorter, your hips wider, or the whole outfit just feels dated. It's not you, it's the pants. And that's exactly why today's video matters. What I want to show you is simple. You don't have to give up comfort to look elegant and modern. By making a few smart swaps, choosing styles that flatter instead of overwhelm, you can instantly look taller, slimmer, and more confident. That's the power of wearing pants that work for you, not against you. And before we dive into each example, if you find this topic helpful, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to Healthwise for seniors. Your support is what keeps us creating videos that help women over 60 feel beautiful, stylish, and confident every single day. Now, let's get started and see which pants might be secretly holding you back. Corduroy pants with those wide, heavy ridges used to be everywhere, especially in the 70s, 80s, and even through the 90s. They were warm, durable, and back then, they felt like the practical choice for colder days. But here's the thing, once we hit our 60s, that kind of thick corduroy has a way of dragging our whole look down. It doesn't just add bulk around the hips and thighs, it also sends a subtle message of being stuck in the past. Think about it. If you walk into a family gathering wearing those pants, your kids or grandkids might instantly connect them to something their parents wore decades ago. It's not that comfort is the issue, comfort is essential. Especially now, but comfort doesn't have to mean outdated. I'll give you an example. A friend of mine, Susan, she's 64 and lives in Chicago. Last winter she pulled out her old chocolate brown corduroy trousers, the kind with the deep grooves. She admitted she loved how warm they were, but she couldn't shake the feeling that the pants made her look heavier and a little frumpy. At a holiday party, she noticed in photos that her lower half looked boxy and stiff. It wasn't about her body at all, it was the fabric and the cut doing her no favors. When she swapped those out for a pair of navy velvet trousers, smooth, sleek, no ridges, everything changed. The fabric caught the light in a way that looked rich and elegant, not heavy. Paired with a cream knit top, suddenly her outfit looked intentional and modern. She still had warmth and comfort, but without the dated vibe. If you prefer something even more casual than velvet, try wide leg pants in a lightweight wool blend. They drape beautifully, don't cling in the wrong places, and the movement of the fabric makes you look taller and more graceful. Picture a deep burgundy pant with a soft black turtleneck. It's polished, but still cozy enough for a dinner out with friends. So the point isn't to never wear corduroy again. It's about trading those chunky, wide rib versions for smoother fabrics or lighter cuts that flatter your shape and reflect the confident, vibrant woman you are today. Cargo pants with those oversized, boxy pockets had their moment in the late 90s and early 2000s. They were practical. You could carry half your life in those side pockets, but let's be honest, they rarely did our figures any favors. On women over 60, those big, square pockets tend to add bulk right where we don't want it, the hips and thighs. Instead of giving us a sleek, confident look, they can make the lower body look wider and shapeless. Take Marjorie, a 67-year-old from Seattle. She told me she still had a pair of tan cargos from back in the day, and she'd throw them on for errands. One afternoon, her daughter gently pointed out that the pants made her look like she was drowning in fabric. And when Marjorie saw herself in a store window reflection, big flaps of fabric sticking out from the sides, she realized her daughter was right. The pants weren't just comfortable, they were making her look heavier and older than she felt. When she replaced those with a pair of slim utility joggers in olive green, it was a game changer. Same comfort, still casual, but the slimmer cut and smaller pockets created a long, smooth line. She paired them with white sneakers and a denim jacket, and suddenly the look was sporty, modern, and effortless. No extra bulk, No dated vibe. That's the beauty of the updated cargo styles today. Instead of wide, droopy pockets, designers are keeping them sleek and discreet. A straight or tapered leg in khaki, olive, or even black works with everything from a crisp white button down to a relaxed sweater. You get the same easygoing utility feel but with a shape that flatters rather than overwhelms. So, if you love the practicality of cargos, don't give them up, just choose the modern versions that skim the body and keep those pockets under control. It's all about keeping the look streamlined, polished, and in step with the confident woman you are now. Floral pants can be a tricky subject. On paper, they sound like the perfect idea, cheerful, feminine, light for summer. But when the print is oversized and the colors are loud, it can backfire. Instead of looking fresh, those pants often make the body look chopped into sections, and the overall vibe leans more toward dated or even childlike. Let me paint you a picture. Linda, she's 62 and lives in Florida. She bought a pair of bright viscose pants covered in giant pink hibiscus flowers because she thought they would feel breezy for the summer. And yes, they were comfortable. But when she wore them to a lunch with friends, she realized the pants were wearing her, not the other way around. The bold flowers drew all the attention, and her figure got lost in the chaos of the print. In group photos, her lower half practically screamed for attention while the rest of her outfit faded away. Now, compare that to when she switched to a pair of soft beige trousers with a tailored cut and then paired them with a blouse that had a delicate floral print on top. Same idea, she got to keep the cheerful, feminine vibe, but the look was balanced. The smaller pattern near her face added brightness and lifted her features, while the solid pants elongated her legs. Everyone noticed how polished and modern she looked. Not the pants. This is where proportion and color really matter. Small, well-spaced florals in softer tones, think dusty blue, sage green, or cream on cream, add just the right amount of interest without overwhelming the frame. A monochromatic floral, like navy on navy with just a hint of pattern, can even make you look taller because the eye moves smoothly down the body. It's not about giving up florals, it's about letting you shine first. With the clothes working in your favor. When you choose refined prints or let the flowers live on a blouse instead of bold pants. Your outfit says elegant and vibrant instead of outdated resort wear. Distressed jeans and super light washes might look playful on teenagers, but for women in their 60s, they often send the wrong message. Instead of looking youthful, those faded, overworn jeans can make us appear tired, like we've been hanging onto something that no longer fits who we are. And when the rips are extreme, big holes at the knees or frayed patches, they can come across as if we're trying too hard to hold onto a trend that doesn't serve us anymore. Take Carol, a 61-year-old from Denver. She loved her old pair of light-wash jeans with ripped knees. They felt casual, easy, and she thought they made her look more relaxed. But one day, while meeting friends for brunch, she caught a glimpse of herself in a group photo. Everyone else looked put together, and her jeans stood out in a way that didn't flatter. Instead of projecting confidence, they gave off an air of weariness. Almost sloppy, definitely not the vibe she wanted. When Carol swapped those jeans for a pair of dark indigo straight-leg jeans with just a touch of stretch, everything shifted. The darker color elongated her legs. The cleaner lines made her look slimmer, and the overall effect was elegant without being stuffy. She wore them with a soft chambray shirt and ankle boots, and suddenly the same woman who felt frumpy in faded, ripped denim now looked polished and modern. Dark washes are a secret weapon. They instantly elevate an outfit and work with almost anything in the closet: blazers, cardigans, silk blouses, or even a simple tee. And if you want something with even more refinement, tailored denim is the way to go. Think of jeans that mimic dress pants, structured seams, a neat waistband, no unnecessary distressing. They bridge the gap between casual and sophisticated perfectly, letting you wear denim to dinner, to the theater, or even a casual Friday meeting without feeling underdressed. The lesson here isn't to give up denim, it's to choose versions that reflect the woman you are today. Vibrant, confident, and current. With the right pair of jeans, you don't just look younger, you look ageless. We all love comfort, especially at this stage of life. But there's a big difference between comfort that looks intentional and comfort that looks like you just rolled out of bed. Those paper-thin pajama-like pants, or old sweatpants that have lost their shape, might feel cozy, but the reality is they wrinkle easily, cling in the wrong places, and send the message that we didn't put much thought into ourselves that day. Take Janet. She's 65 and lives in Arizona. She admitted she had a pair of faded gray lounge pants she often wore to run quick errands. "They're so soft," she said, "like I'm still in my slippers." But one afternoon, while picking up groceries, she bumped into an old colleague. Later she confessed that she felt embarrassed. The pants were sagging at the knees, clinging awkwardly around the hips, and overall gave her a careless look she didn't intend. When Janet swapped those lounge pants for a pair of structured knit trousers in a thicker fabric, it was night and day. The pants still had stretch, still had that cozy feel, but the heavier knit gave her body definition. They skimmed instead of clung. Paired with a casual top and slip-on loafers, she looked polished yet completely at ease. The comfort was still there, but so was her confidence. Another great option is viscose blended with a little elastane. That fabric drapes beautifully, holds its shape, and moves with you. It doesn't wrinkle the moment you sit down. And it makes you look put together even if you're just running out for coffee. And if you prefer something sportier, modern joggers made from high-tech fabrics are amazing. They have clean lines, a tapered leg, and subtle waistbands, no sagging, no bulk. I know a 62-year-old neighbor who wears hers on morning walks, then simply swaps sneakers for flats and feels ready to meet a friend for lunch without changing a thing. The bottom line? You don't need to sacrifice comfort for elegance. A little structure in the fabric makes all the difference between looking loungy and looking effortlessly stylish. Low-rise jeans had their moment in the early 2000s. But let's be honest, they were never designed with real women's bodies in mind. Especially not for women over 60. That super low waistband cuts the body at the widest part of the hips, shortens the legs, and almost always creates the dreaded muffin top. Even on women who are naturally slim, it's not flattering, and today, it just looks dated. Think of Diane, a 63-year-old from Texas. She held on to a pair of low-rise jeans because she thought they still looked youthful. But every time she wore them, she felt like she had to tug her tops lower to cover the waistband. At a backyard barbecue, she caught herself constantly adjusting her shirt, worried her stomach might peek out when she sat down. Instead of enjoying the day, she felt self-conscious, and that's the exact opposite of what good style should do for us. When Diane finally invested in a pair of high-rise straight-leg jeans in a dark wash, it completely changed her outlook. Suddenly, her legs looked longer, her midsection felt supported, and she could tuck in a blouse without fear. She even said, "For the first time in years, I feel like jeans are working for me, not against me." That confidence showed. She stood taller, smiled more, and looked at ease in her own skin. Mid and high-rise cuts are not only more flattering, but they're also far more comfortable. The waistband hits at a natural point, smoothing the stomach and elongating the lower body. Pair them with a tucked-in button-down or even a cropped cardigan, and you've got an instant look that's chic but effortless. And don't overlook modern silhouettes. Culotte jeans in a structured fabric or straight-leg denim in indigo or black. These styles give a contemporary twist without being trendy, and they work beautifully with flats, loafers, or ankle boots. The takeaway? Retire the low rise. They belong to a different era. Today's denim can make you feel taller, slimmer, and infinitely more confident, exactly what we deserve in this stage of life. Leggings are one of those pieces almost every woman owns. And for good reason. They're easy, comfortable, and versatile. But not all leggings are created equal. The loud, brightly patterned versions are those thin, light gray ones can be a real style trap. Busy prints tend to highlight every curve and line, often drawing attention to areas we'd rather soften. And the light gray fabric? It can be unforgiving, almost see-through, and quick to look worn out. Take Nancy. She's 66 and lives in Ohio. She used to wear her favorite gray leggings to yoga and then keep them on for coffee with friends afterward. One day, she caught her reflection in the cafe window and realized the fabric was clinging and slightly transparent under the sunlight. she said. I thought I looked casual and sporty. But instead I felt exposed. That moment made her rethink how much leggings can make or break a look. When Nancy invested in a pair of navy performance leggings with thicker fabric and subtle seam details, everything changed. The deeper color slimmed her legs. The structured cut gave her shape. And she felt completely secure. She could bend, stretch, or sit without worrying about transparency. Her friends even complimented her, saying she looked sleek and polished. Something they'd never say about the old gray pair. That's the power of darker, structured leggings. Black, navy, deep burgundy, or charcoal. They all work beautifully to elongate the legs and pair seamlessly with tunics, long sweaters, or even a crisp shirt and sneakers. If you still enjoy a little print, choose patterns that are subtle and tonal, maybe a faint herringbone, a soft pinstripe, or a marled texture. These add interest without shouting for attention. And here's another tip. Look for leggings with thoughtful details like high waistbands that smooth the stomach, or small paneling along the sides that contour the legs. These little upgrades turn leggings from gym-only pieces into stylish staples you can confidently wear out to lunch or even on a casual date night. At this stage in life, we deserve clothes that move with us but also elevate us. With the right pair of leggings, you don't just feel comfortable, you feel refined. Elastic waist pants made of stiff, wrinkly fabric like corduroy were once seen as the go-to for comfort. Easy to pull on, no buttons, no fuss. But the problem is, that thick waistband sitting high on the waist and the fabric that creases at every move immediately give off an old-fashioned look. Instead of looking relaxed, they often make the body seem boxy and unbalanced, almost like the pants belong to another decade. Take Barbara. She's 68 and lives in Minnesota. She had a pair of navy corduroy pants she kept because they were so easy for running errands. One day, she wore them to a community book club. She told me later that she noticed in photos her waist looked bunched up, and the fabric sagged in places it shouldn't. She laughed about it, but she admitted the pants made her feel older than she really is. When Barbara replaced them with a pair of tailored trousers that had an elastic panel hidden at the back, the difference was stunning. She still had the comfort of pull-on pants, but no one could tell from the outside. The front was smooth, the cut was modern, and the fabric held its shape. She paired them with a soft blouse and loafers, and suddenly the whole look felt intentional and elegant, without sacrificing an ounce of comfort. Modern fabrics are such a gift here. Many brands now make pants with what they call an anatomic waistband. It's elasticized just enough to move with you, but it's built into the design so it's invisible. Add in fabrics with a touch of stretch and wrinkle resistance, and you get trousers that look crisp from morning to evening. I know a 62-year-old in California who swears by her tech fabric pants. She wears them to travel because they don't wrinkle on the plane, and she steps off looking polished and refreshed. The truth is, we don't have to settle for styles that scream outdated just to stay comfortable. With today's options, we can have both. Pants that slip on easily, feel forgiving, but also flatter our shape and reflect the confident, modern women we are now. After 60, fashion isn't about chasing trends anymore, it's about choosing pieces that make us feel light, confident, and true to ourselves. Swapping out those outdated pants for sleeker, more refined options doesn't just update your wardrobe, it elevates your whole presence. It's not about dressing younger, it's about honoring the woman you are right now. So let me ask you, how many of these pants are still sitting in your closet? And which ones are you ready to replace with something more modern? Share your thoughts in the comments below, because your stories and experiences are what make this community so special. You never know, your tip might be exactly what another woman needs to hear. And if you found today's video inspiring, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share Healthwise for seniors. That way, you'll never miss the practical style advice we create to help women over 60 look chic, feel confident, and enjoy fashion as a form of self-expression. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, stay stylish, stay confident, and most importantly, stay true to yourself.